Hi everybody, I'm a little bit behind the times with this one, but this is my quick review of Sniper Elite Resistance, my worth buying cheap review. I haven't done many of those recently, but yes. So here we go, Sniper Elite Resistance, a sort of sequel to Sniper Elite 5 that came out a couple of months ago, to mixed reviews. And I think, having played through most of it, I've got to say I kind of understand why people were a bit annoyed, but also this game is absolutely worth buying cheap and playing if you enjoy Sniper Elite games, especially if you enjoy Sniper Elite 5. So let me take a little step back and tell you, what are you getting with Sniper Elite Resistance? Well, the story in this one follows a chap called Harry Hawker. And while Carl is busy with the D-Day stuff, Harry Hawker is in France sorting out some other stuff, working with the French resistance. So as you can imagine, there's going to be some sort of secret weapon that the Nazis have been developing, and you've got to track it down and generally get rid of it, because that's kind of what happens with Sniper Elite games. And this has been developed, as I understand it, not by the core Rebellion development team, because they'll have been working on Atomfall, and I guess probably the new full Sniper Elite game, which will probably be out next year. I would imagine it's been developed by another studio, but it is using the same engine as Sniper Elite 5, as far as I can tell. There might be some slight changes to it, some tweaks and things like that, but it really is very, very similar indeed. And I think that's the problem that people have, is the fact that Sniper Elite Resistance feels like a super DLC for Sniper Elite 5. It feels very, very similar. It looks very, very similar. I mean, there are some really good locations, but it doesn't feel like you're getting a new game. You know, like with the differences we had from Sniper Elite 3 in the desert to Sniper Elite 4 in Italy and Sniper Elite 5 in France. Each one of those games, well, going back to Sniper Elite 2 and 1, each one of the games introduced a new mechanic, whether that would be, you know, the open world or larger open worlds or multiple ways to finish levels, or with Sniper Elite 5, which I think is an excellent game. I think Rebellion really polished the Sniper Elite mechanics for playing, really by improving the close-up stealth mechanics, which if you haven't played Sniper Elite 5, what happens is when you are in a building traditionally, or in a very enclosed area in Sniper Elite, it was always a pain to do, because although it's a third-person shooter, it was very easy to stumble into enemies, even if you're looking at the vision clouds that are there. But what you can do now is you can turn on it. It looks a bit like X-ray vision, kind of, but I like to think of it as Carl, or Harry in this case, listening for enemies around you, because, you know, if you are creeping around and someone's walking around in jackboots in the next room, you're going to hear them and you're going to know where they are. And that's what this gives you. It gives you the ability to operate stealthily in enclosed environments, in buildings, and it is an enjoyable experience. So overall, I've got to say that Sniper Elite Resistance, as far as the Sniper Elite sandbox goes, it's got some really nice maps, some really nice locations, some interesting stories, and it's Sniper Elite 5. You know, that's what it is. Some of it isn't as polished as a full Sniper Elite game, and you'll find that sometimes the AI can get a little bit confused and be walking into things. But that's quite few and far between. But everything else is pretty much the Sniper Elite 5 way of doing things. So there's nothing new here, but there's also nothing bad, I don't think. It's just it's not another game. You know, it's not a new game. So I've got to say, if you really enjoy Sniper Elite, you're going to really enjoy this. I mean, there is an argument that sometimes with Sniper Elite 5 and Sniper Elite Resistance, sometimes it can be a little bit Hitman, in the fact that you end up stealth killing lots of people with your silenced pistol and doing melee kills rather than doing snipering. And when you do get to do snipering, often what happens is it's when things have gone wrong and everything goes to chaos and all the enemies on the map start running towards you, and then you kill them all and you can carry on with the mission as though nothing has happened. So, you know, that's a little bit cheesy. It's kind of cheesing it. But as with all the Sniper Elite games, if you ramp up the difficulty and go to the highest difficulty, it becomes a completely different game. It almost becomes like a sniper simulator there, where, you know, you don't have the bullet drop indicators. You don't have the spotting, and everything becomes much more difficult, and you have to be much more careful. So there we go. So I would say if you've enjoyed Sniper Elite 4 and Sniper Elite 5, you are going to enjoy Sniper Elite Resistance, but it's more of a big DLC pack. So that really makes it worth buying cheap. And if you've got Xbox Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate for PC, this is included in that, so you can download it and play it. And that's the way I played it, and I'm more than happy with it. It gives me that Sniper Elite fix. If I had to buy it though, I would probably wait until it goes significantly cheaper. So when it goes down to like £25 or £20, it's definitely worth buying then, because I will probably end up buying it for PC just so I've got it on Steam so I can play it on my Steam Deck. One of the things that I think Rebellion often, I say they get wrong, but I mean they have to price things according to their profit model, don't they, for the business. But there will be DLC for Sniper Elite Resistance, so we'll have DLC for this DLC, if you like, and I just hope they make it cheaper, because it can be a little bit expensive. I know for Sniper Elite 5 I haven't got all of the DLC, because it's like £25 a pop, and I think you get like 3 levels, and I don't know, maybe I should support Rebellion being a UK developer with that sort of stuff, and think about the fact that I don't really pay for some of the main games I play anymore, like DayZ or PUBG, simply because I bought them ages ago and they don't have season passes or anything like that. So to sum all this up then, I've got to say Sniper Elite Resistance, it's a really good Sniper Elite game. It just doesn't bring anything new, and it's more like a Sniper Elite 5 super DLC. Definitely worth buying cheap, definitely worth playing on Xbox Game Pass, and there we go. What do you think though? Put your questions and comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.